will discuss metallic bond. As we all know, metals are characterized by high electrical and thermal conductivity, bright luster, malleability, ductility, and high tensile strength. All these properties can be explained on the basis of metallic bond. As well as we know that metals are generally having low ionization energy. That is, electrons can be easily taken out from outermost cell. This implies that valence electrons in metals are weakly bound to the kernel. So I am drawing a metal atom here. This is nucleus, representing nucleus, and a number of cells are here, and these dots are representing the electrons, and here we are considering the outermost cell is this fourth cell. So first cell, second, third, and the fourth cell. So all the electrons, including the nucleus, I mean to say this portion up to third cell, this portion is called kernel. And since the metals are showing low ionization energies, so it implies that the outermost cell electron must have a very weak bounding to the kernel. Kernel means nucleus, and electrons other than valence electrons. So electrons other than valence electrons. We are now considering a case of lithium. Let us consider case of lithium. Okay, the X-ray examination of a crystal of lithium shows that each lithium atom is surrounded by 8 other lithium atoms. So it is proof that after the examination that each of the lithium atoms is surrounded by 8 other lithium atoms. But as we know, the electronic configuration of lithium is 1s2, 2s1. So it is impossible for each of the lithium atom to get bonded with 8 other lithium atoms through covalent bond, since its configuration is 1s2, 2s1. Therefore, a new kind of bonding came into limelight, which is called metallic bond. On the basis of this metallic bond, such kind of bonding can be explained. So the explanation is like this. We consider here, besides the valence electrons, like the valence electron of this lithium atom, the valence electrons of each of these lithium atom, means neighboring lithium atoms valence electrons, can also come quite closer to its nucleus. So it can close to its nucleus. This electron jump from its own position and come closer to this nucleus. Okay, so these electrons are not only belonging to each of the associated kernel, but each of these electrons also belong to this central lithium atom. So we can say that there can be a complete freedom of movement of electrons in the vacant valence orbitals. So in the vacant valence orbitals, the electrons are free to move. They are mobile electrons. And these electrons not only belong to its associated kernel, but it also belongs to the neighboring kernels. The valency electrons of metallic atoms thus are not localized. So we can say that these are mobile and move about from one kernel to another kernel. So these electron which was earlier localized in this particular lithium atom, suppose we are giving a number of this lithium atom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the electron, valency electrons with lithium 1 is not associated with this lithium atom. It comes closer to the central lithium atom, okay, and it is also counted as the valency electrons of the central lithium atom. So we can say that these valency electrons are free to move, they are mobile, and they move from about from one kernel to another kernel, okay, and this common property is present in all of the atoms in a metallic crystal. It was H.A. Lorentz who proposed a model to explain the metallic bond in metals, and he named it electron C model. Electron C model, or sometimes it is also called free electron model. According to this model, each electrons belongs to a number of positive ion. As you can see here, each of these electrons which were earlier associated with a particular lithium ion is no longer associated and localized and jump out from its own position, and you cannot differentiate that which of the valence electrons is associated with which of the lithium atom. So we can say that each of these positive ion belongs to a number of electrons, okay, and each of the electron belongs to a number of positive ions. Thus we can say that the electrons are flowing all the time, and assemblies of positive ions, that is kernels, immersed in the sea of mobile electrons, and he represented in this manner that assemblies of positive ions in this manner. These are all kernels, and these kernels are flowing in the sea of electrons. These are the valency electrons, and these valency electrons are flowing, and these kernels are flowing in the sea of these valency electrons. That's why the name electron sea model or free electron model. Now we can define the metallic bond. So we can say that the force that binds a metal atom to a number of electrons, because the force, there is a force of atom, there is a force by the atom towards a number of electrons of neighboring atoms. So we can say that this is a force that binds a metal to a number of electrons within its sphere of influence, because it can interact with the valency electrons of neighboring atoms. So it must have a sphere of influence. Within this sphere of influence, it can act as a magnet, and we can say that each of these atom belongs to a number of electrons, okay, and the definition may be like this: the force that binds a metal atom to a number of electrons within its sphere of influence is called metallic bond, okay. So this is the metallic bond, which is the force of attraction of an atom which binds it to a number of neighboring electrons within its influence within its influence. So the force of attraction of an atom which binds it to a number of neighboring electrons within its influence is called metallic bond.